The Kingdom of the Crimson Sands. In the distant future, on the rusted plains of Mars, there existed a kingdom unlike any other. It was a place where the sky burned with a perpetual twilight, and the sands shimmered like crushed rubies. This was the Kingdom of the Crimson Sands, ruled by a monarch whose ways were as enigmatic as the cosmos itself. His name was King Zorathis, a being of towering stature, with skin that glowed faintly like the embers of a dying star. His eyes, deep and luminescent, seemed to hold the secrets of the universe. King Zorathis was not like the rulers of old Earth. His laws were not written in stone, nor were they bound by the logic of mortals. Instead, they were woven into the very fabric of his kingdom's existence, passed down through generations in the form of rituals, symbols, and cryptic proverbs. His people, the Martians of the Crimson Sands, were a race of ethereal beings, their forms shifting like the dunes beneath their feet. They revered their king not for his power, but for his wisdom, a wisdom that often seemed incomprehensible to outsiders. One of the most peculiar traditions of the kingdom was the ceremony of the Silent Song. Every Martian year, when the twin moons of Mars aligned, the entire kingdom would gather in the grand amphitheater of echoes. There, they would stand in complete silence for hours, their minds attuned to a frequency only they could hear. It was said that during this ceremony, the Martians could hear the whispers of their ancestors, guiding them through the labyrinth of existence. King Zorathis would sit atop his throne, his eyes closed, as if communing with the stars themselves. To an outsider, it would seem like madness, but to the Martians, it was the purest form of enlightenment. Another strange custom was the Feast of Shadows. On this day, the kingdom would celebrate by extinguishing all light. The Martians believed that in darkness, one could truly see the essence of life. They would feast on dishes made from bioluminescent plants, their glow casting eerie patterns on the walls of the grand hall. King Zorathis would often say, "In the absence of light, we find the truth of our souls." It was a philosophy that baffled many, but to the Martians, it was a sacred truth. Yet, the most enigmatic of all was the right of the eternal question. When a Martian reached the age of maturity, they were required to stand before the king and ask him a single question. The question could be about anything: life, death, love, or the meaning of existence. King Zorathis would listen intently, his glowing eyes piercing into the very soul of the questioner. But his answer was never direct. Instead, he would respond with a riddle, a parable, or sometimes, just a smile. The Martians believed that the true answer lay not in the king's words, but in the journey of deciphering them. One day, a young Martian named Lyra stood before the king. She was known for her curiosity and her restless spirit. Her question was simple yet profound: "Why do we exist, Your Majesty?" King Zorathis gazed at her for a long moment, his expression unreadable. Then, he spoke, "Existence is a mirror, Lyra. What you see in it is not what is, but what you are. Seek not the answer, but the question that lies within you." Lyra was puzzled. She had expected a grand revelation, a cosmic truth that would illuminate her path. Instead, she was left with more questions than answers. But as she walked away from the throne, she began to understand. The king's words were not meant to provide clarity, but to ignite the spark of self-discovery. Existence, she realized, was not a destination, but a journey that each Martian had to undertake on their own. As the years passed, Lyra grew wiser. She participated in the ceremony of the Silent Song, finding solace in the whispers of her ancestors. She embraced the Feast of Shadows, learning to see the beauty in darkness. And she pondered the king's riddle, unraveling its layers with each passing day. In time, she came to understand that the kingdom of the Crimson Sands was not just a place, but a state of mind, a realm where the boundaries between reality and imagination blurred. And where the mysteries of existence were not meant to be solved, but experienced. And so, under the watchful gaze of King Zorathis, the Martians of the Crimson Sands continued to thrive. Their lives a tapestry of rituals and traditions that defied logic but resonated with the deepest truths of the cosmos. For in their kingdom, the strange was not strange, it was simply the way of the universe. And perhaps, in their strangeness, they were the most human of all.